Hello everybody, it's Joe Pollock here at Blackwater Creek, and I get a lot of calls from people asking my opinion on various fish and what they should buy, or what fish do I like. So I thought I would take some current fish for sale that are on the website and just detail a few of them. And the ones that I picked, I just kind of skimmed through the site, the ones that caught my eye for one reason or another, and so I thought we see literally millions of koi a year go through our tanks, and it's always fun to pick out those ones that are truly unique that you just don't see every day. So here's a few of them that I like that are currently available for sale. This Showa butterfly has very strong sparkly scales, or ginrin, and really nice fins. Ginrin Showas are something that are fairly rare, and we've been producing them effectively just for the last couple of years, so we're pretty proud of these fish and what they've turned out to be. And I really like this one. I like the pattern going from black to orange to white. It's pretty nice even, and with the fins it's very well rounded out, and especially with such good scalation. This kohaku has a great pattern on its head, a nice stepping stone pattern going down its back, very good white, and pretty good red for such a small fish. Now, kohaku typically get redder as they get older, at least when it's a good fish. This fish has that nice white skin tone that makes it special. Small fish so far, but it's got a lot of potential and a lot of characteristics to it already. So I really like this kohaku. This Matsukawabake looks almost exactly the same as its great-great-grandmother, who won a pretty big award up at Koi America quite a few years ago and ended up selling for about $10,000. Has the same round markings on the gill cover, same pattern down its back. Now these fish change a lot depending on your water conditions. It can get darker, it can get lighter. They're very exciting because they're almost a scaled kumenru, and Matsukawabake are probably one of my top favorites of all time. They really have fallen in love with the challenges that come with producing a fish like this. You get very few out of a spawn that actually look as good as this fish. And again, this fish is fairly small, but it's got the traits that we're looking for. So I really like this Matsukawabake. Now this next fish is something that I've never seen on the farm before. This is a metallic hajiro, especially with the fins the way they are, with the black in the base of the pectorals and then the silver shimmery metallic on the outside of that. Awesome fish. I expect this fish to really develop and look great when it gets bigger. I'm really surprised that this fish is offered at this size, and fingers crossed, I hope we've got a couple more of these in the pond to watch them develop. So we're calling this, I think, a metallic hajiro. I just call it an awesome fish. When you see the fins waving in the water against the black background, they're really going to show off and look good. So the evenness of these fins and the overall quality of the body, love this fish. I'm sure you will too. Shirobeko, white fish with black spots. People call them the cow fish sometimes. Getting one that doesn't look like you took paint and flicked all over it with a bunch of black speckles is pretty difficult. So this one has exactly what you're looking for. Nice black spots, evenly spaced, big inky spots going down its back. Head's a little bit yellow, could be because it's young. I don't consider that a big demerit in comparison to the nice finnage and the nice pattern that's on this. Shirobekos, believe it or not, are pretty hard to come by when they're of this grade. So I really like this fish. And with all these that you're seeing, this is something that I'd add to my own collection if I was looking to put together something for a nice pond. I really don't think that pictures do this fish justice. This is a metallic ochiba, or autumn leaves on water. So this fish has iridescent sheen to it. It's got a great pattern going down. It looks like leaves on blue water. So this is definitely a really good fish with not only potential, it's already there. This fish has got it. Unfortunately, I don't think the picture does it as good of justice as it deserves, but this is truly a rare and well done fish. This next butterfly is a lemon Harawaki butterfly. So it's got the nice yellow on it over top of a white base. These fish show up very, very well in the ponds, of course, with the bright white fins. Lemon Harawakis are very popular. I like this fish just because the contrast between the two, and the yellow is so intense and bright. It's going to look good with a collection of other red and white or red, black, and white fish as well. All right, so I'm going to take a little time on this fish here because this Showa not only has potential, it's already there in a lot of ways. With Showa, they say you buy the red and you bet on the black. And what that means is the red pattern, what you see is typically what you get. And on a smaller fish like this, you want a really big pattern, because as the fish grows, that pattern is not going to grow proportionate to the fish itself, so it'll tend to separate a little bit. So if you have a big pattern to begin with, by the time that fish has grown out to a large size, that pattern will be even and nice. So buy the red, you're buying what you see on the red. The black is something that comes up over time, typically after about 2 years of growth, or when that fish gets to be about 12 to 15 inches on a Showa. The black will continue to rise up through the red, and you'll see what that pattern is. So it's not much of a chance on this fish. We know what this fish is going to do. And being a Showa butterfly, something that is very, very difficult to produce. Showa in general are super hard to produce, and then to do it in butterflies even tougher. So really like this fish, really interested to watch this develop. I think you'll enjoy this Showa as well. Similar to a Showa, here is a red, black, and white fish, only instead of having bars like a Showa, it has black spots. This is a Sankei butterfly, again with a nice big pattern. It's already a lot redder than the Showa was, and that's just typical to this Showa genetic line that we have. Like the fish, like the pattern, like the black spots, love the white nose, the good finnage on it. It's got everything we're looking for in a small Sankei at this size. It's priced to sell, and it's priced to go in your collection. Now this Sankei's got a big bold pattern with a little different black spots on, a little more finished than the other ones. Very, very bright, intense red. And I like this color on typically a bigger fish, especially when you mix it with other color fish in the pond. This fish will definitely stand out. So kind of unique. I like the stripe on the one fin. Yeah, it is a demerit on a judging standard, but the fish is so bright and intense, it's going to look really, really nice in a collection. All right, and I saved the best for last. This is a metallic Matsukawabake Ginrin, I think is what I would call it. I've seen this fish a couple times in the pond, and finally saw it in the tank here during one of the harvests, and I gotta say, this is probably the fish of all fish for a small one that catches our eye as unique. Super difficult to produce, rare. This fish has got it all. I like the fact that the finnage on it is semi-translucent, semi-metallic. I mean, this fish looks like a diamond swimming through the water. It truly does. It's got such a unique pattern, something I've not seen anywhere else in the world. I'm pretty proud of my crew being able to produce this caliber of fish and this unique of fish in comparison to others. You know, a lot of other stuff we can produce, it's a numbers game. This here took some thought and a lot of time to develop and get to this point. So we saved this one as, I guess, best for last. If you're looking for that fish that that nobody else has, well, this is the one. So well, that's about it. There's a collection of just some of our smaller, I think 1-year-olds or smaller than 12-inch fish pulled off of some stuff that were for sale, just to give you an idea of what catches our eye here, or my eye, as far as unique stuff that that I would pick if I was looking through the site. So look forward to presenting some more stuff to you here in the future. And again, these fish are available on the site. You'll have to dig for them. I did not put any part numbers or page numbers on here. They're scattered throughout the individual fish categories. I'm sure if you call the office and speak with possibly Steve, if you're interested in multiple or all these fish, he'd probably give you a discount on them as well. But hope you enjoyed the video. Looking forward to hearing some feedback. Have a great weekend.